Squad green to deploy.
We're picking up an intermittent distress signal, and as far as we can tell, the aliens are hitting back against one of the resistance outposts. It doesn't look good. We're moving in to secure the area as quickly as possible. Neutralize all enemy contacts.
So I finally got around to playing XCOM 2 in the summer sale splurge, because I bought a bunch of games and I finally get to play XCOM, and I bought it for like $10. That's crazy. XCOM 2 for so cheap. Fucking what a steal. And I really got into it. I played it day and night for I guess a week, and it was almost as good as the first one when I played that the first time. And I mean, the experience, I think the game might actually be better, but it's weird because it's full of fucking bugs. I don't remember if the first one was full of bugs, but oh my fucking god, you can't go a turn without a bug. It's always a character floating above the ground, kicking the air where a door used to open 5 seconds ago because it was timed wrong, or they're shooting the wrong target and they're hitting the right target, but it looks like the bullets are going out the wrong target. And then sometimes the enemies attack you and they fucking spaz out and their animation doesn't work and they're just T-posing and you take damage. It's absolutely bizarre. And I don't know why they haven't fixed that after like 2 years of this game being out. So I guess I never understood that XCOM is a game about sexy girls being kick-ass soldiers, because in the first game I didn't realize that I could just pick girls only and they would be fucking amazing. But this time I did, and they were all so cute, and I wouldn't want to lose any one of my sweet little girls. My sexy sniper squad. What a crazy game. So it seems that they've streamlined some things. I vaguely remember that there was a switch weapon button in XCOM 1, which is retarded because it's obviously better to just have both weapons on you and usable at all times, considering it's fucking turn-based. I mean, would you like to waste a turn on switching weapons? I don't think so. I might be remembering that wrong though. Maybe there was no switch weapons button at all. But anyways, I picked lots of snipers because I think snipers are just the best. And they get this ability to use the pistol. And, well, I mean, they have the pistol ability right at the start, but then they learn that the pistol ability only takes 1 action point, so they can shoot the pistol twice. And later on they get an ability that specifically shoots the pistol 3 times. So you can shoot it first once and then another time and then 3 times. I mean, all in one go, and it's pretty interesting. And to think how stupid that would be if you'd actually have to switch weapon. Could you imagine? Jesus, that wouldn't have been possible at all. But I guess the way this is just now your soldiers get exponentially stronger with what level they are. Oh my god, I mean, there's one ability that lets you shoot the pistol once for free, and it has a cooldown of 4 turns, so you can just fire that pistol 1 time for free, and it doesn't even take up an action slot. It's pretty good stuff. So whenever you end up with a level 1 sniper and he doesn't have that ability, sure sucks for him, doesn't it? And then also, they have less willpower, so they're gonna panic the first time someone gets shot, and then there's just so much stuff that's wrong with having an unexperienced guy in the field. But I guess that's interesting. It would be interesting anyways, but the thing is that the game doesn't work too well for a casual player, because you're gonna save scum. You're not gonna accept the losses because the losses are gonna be overwhelming. If you don't reload every time you lose a character, then you're gonna be fucked. The game's gonna be unwinnable and you're gonna have wasted a lot of time. But then I guess if you potentially play really well, then you'd have to live with your losses and it would be interesting. But the thing is, there's no limit to how much safe scumming you can do. So for me, the game is just all about safe scumming, obviously, because maybe I should have replayed it and I should have made it so that the losses stick every time. But actually, no, fuck it. It's bullshit. The challenge isn't great. It's actually pretty bad, because the thing is, whenever you move your character 1 inch further in your turn, you may risk the enemies being triggered, and that means they get to move and they get to shoot you. So that's how it's gonna be. You're gonna move your character and the enemy's gonna move. But the problem is that when you do that at the end of your move, then the enemy's now gonna have a whole move and you cannot shoot back. And it's too bad. Many times I just had too many damn enemies spawn. In the end it didn't matter, because in the end I was just so overpowered, because I never lost any mission, because because obviously I save scummed. And because missions are fucking near impossible to win once you've lost a soldier, because you literally down 1/4 of your damage. So good luck with that if you lose a soldier. So I mean, it's got all this interesting permadeath mechanics, but they're never coming into play if you save scum. And I when I beat the game, it said average score for the world players, and it's 0. There's no one that's ever lost a mission and continued playing. Every time they just reloaded, and that's too bad. I think it would have been more interesting if there was some kind of, well, if the mode was some kind, I guess it'd be better if there were limited save slots, yeah. And then the game would have to be a lot easier though to make up for that. And then you could get a higher, a regular difficulty for those guys who are actually insane and would play the Iron Man mode. So yeah, if they had done that, it might have been better. Because as it is, it just comes down to, oh, I made a minor mistake, now I'm gonna save scum. And some of the mistakes are just unavoidable, because some of the stuff just doesn't make sense. For example, if you move your character, you don't know if you're gonna be able to shoot the enemy from the position that you're gonna move him to, because there's no indicator if how many enemies of the ones that you know about are seeing each specific tile. So you're gonna move your characters and you're not gonna know that they can be... You might move them in and there might be an invisible wall blocking you from shooting enemies. And that's, by the way, pretty fucking terrible, because, I don't know, it's just the hit detection between walls in this game is just fucking awful. Often you can just shoot through walls and it's perfectly fine, but other times you can't shoot through the same walls, even though you know that the enemy's there. And it's just super arbitrary. And the thing is, you can't even shoot at the wall, because that's actually a feature of the game. You can shoot down walls, but you can't do it on purpose. You can only do it by accident. If you're shooting at an enemy and then you miss and you hit the wall, then your soldiers might have... your other soldiers might be able to shoot through that hole in the wall, but you can't just tell them to shoot the wall. It's so stupid. Why can't they just shoot the wall? Why didn't you stick with that mechanic? That's an interesting mechanic. Why didn't you make it so you could destroy walls? The only way you can destroy walls is by throwing grenades, but grenades are limited and valuable. What a shame. You should have really had that option. It would be great if I could just blow up the walls and then the aliens would get fucked up because we've breached the walls with our guns. I mean, I guess it still works with grenades, but then the obvious problem with that is that grenades cause fires, and then the fires cause the buildings to slowly collapse, and it's all kinds of nonsense that you wouldn't have to deal with if you weren't too stupid to use your guns on the walls, especially later on when your guns are specifically capable of destroying walls in one hit, because they're alien plasma weapons that you've stolen. What a pity. That would have been pretty interesting. And I guess, I don't know, it's just so weird that there's these enemies that you don't know where they are in the room or in the world, and then when you run across them, then they're gonna be a real problem. Sometimes they even alert other enemies, and you really gotta be careful where you go, which is retarded because you're a fucking soldier that shoots guns. What is this shit? These aliens get alerted when they see you, but they don't get alerted when they hear the gunshots? Come on, this is fucking ridiculous. I mean, I guess this is actually in the mode where you're already detected, because there's a stealth mode where apparently the aliens don't see shit, and you can go up pretty close to them and then you can make an ambush, and I guess that's an interesting mode, but it's too bad that they don't have... It's too bad that you can trigger them just by moving on the wrong tile, and you didn't see them because they're not on screen yet, they're in the fog of war, but then they see you and they're triggered, but they didn't hear you when you were shooting their allies. It's fucking ridiculous. So a lot of real nonsensical game design going on here, which is too bad because I fucking love this game, and I played day and night for 3 days and it was really good, but then I guess in the end it got boring because I had this feeling that I was playing it wrong because of my safe scumming, and because I found I guess it's called basically a godlike alien, and I guess you're not supposed to be able to find these godlike aliens just out in the wild, but I guess I've just played the game and the aliens just got stronger and stronger until the godlikes appeared, and I couldn't do the autopsy on that godlike alien until I unlocked the story mission where I would fucking find out about the godlike aliens. It's fucking ridiculous. And that broke my immersion, and I knew, I guess I'm nearing the end of the game now, and because I've done all the side missions to an extent where I've become overpowered. Now it's gonna spring some easy story missions on me until it says game over and you've won. So that's too bad. I guess if I had played it in a different way, or if I played it again now, it could be interesting. But I guess if I played without safe scumming, I would be fucked. It wouldn't work. I would have to restart the game like a million times until I get a playthrough where I actually do well. And then, even then, I guess you'd have half your soldiers being killed all the time because you can't rewind time, and because the enemies just spawn on you ridiculously just because they've seen you, but not because they've heard you. Ah, God. And also, sometimes they just appear out of nowhere. It's absolutely crazy. I guess it seems that way anyways, because of the fog of war and because they can move so far in one turn. Good thing my sexy squad of snipers managed to kill them easily anyways. Yeah, so the only time where you don't have to safe scum is when you're already OP, so I guess it's all very weird. And also, I guess something else that brought down my enjoyment is that I had all the research done already. I don't know why the research ended up being so fast. I guess it's probably because I never did the autopsies until I could do them for free. Because if you kill the same enemy like 100 times, then you get the autopsy for free. So I guess I did the research so efficiently that it didn't take me long. Maybe I should go back and play. No, I don't know. If I went back and played again, it would take forever. Difficult choices, but I kind of want to. But it might suck. No. And then maybe I should have to buy the DLC and then I could go back and play it again. But no, I'm busy. I can't go back and play XCOM all day. I mean, I did that this week and I still did work actually, so that's not too bad. I need to do more work and less play. Shit. Well, anyways, XCOM 2. You're missing out if you never played XCOM. You think it's a turn-based game, therefore it's gonna suck? Well, no, it's actually really good, except for the millions of bugs. But the actual gameplay is really engaging. Holy shit, I almost forgot about the most important and most annoying bug of all. And it's a real bad one. So at the start of every mission, you have to select the armor and weapon and utility items for each one of your characters. And it kind of tries to do it automatically, and that's good. But then it fucks it up. It doesn't use the weapons that it should be using. And the thing is that you won't know until it doesn't show you, because, I don't know, for some reason it thought it wasn't important to show the weapon modifications, even though those are the most important part about the weapons. And you're gonna click on every single soldier to find out if he's actually using the optimal weapon he could be using. And if there's a button that says make weapon available, but sometimes that button doesn't work. And so you won't be able to use that weapon that you have that's really good, or that armor that you have, or utility item, and it's a real problem, because every time it's like 5 minutes before you 5 minutes to get all this shit locked in properly, and if you don't do it, you're gonna start out with worse situations than you should do. So that's really annoying. But on the bright side, they made it so that the weapons actually just upgrade, so you don't actually have to build 100 different weapons, and well, and then you don't have shitloads of level 2 weapons that are becoming useless now that you have level 3, because it just upgrades all weapons immediately and you don't have to build individual weapons, so that's great. I mean, on average, I guess the game was awesome. So subscribe, do subscribe for more reviews like this, if you can call them that.